I'm Lachlan Cross from the Locker Room on Edmonton's Best Rock 100.3 The Bear. I recently got a chance to do an interview of a lifetime. I got flown to New York City, to interview AC/DC for the Canadian world premiere of the new album, Rock or Bust. It's a fantastic AC/DC record. Get your hands on it. It's in stores now. And this is the unedited version of the video of my chat with Brian Johnson, lead singer of AC/DC, and Angus Young. Enjoy.
Angus, Brian, AC/DC, new album, Rock or Bust.
Yeah.
Thank you. I got a chance to listen to it last night, and I only actually had the one listen, so I may be I may be pulling this out of my ass, but is this one of your bluesier albums to date?
Bluesier? Yeah, I wouldn't say it was the
not the bluesiest, but bluesy riffs, lots of them in there.
Yeah, well, there's always there's always a little bit to rock, you know. Well, the way we do rock, there is a little bit of blues elements to songs.
It swings like a little booger.
Yes, yes.
Yes, it does.
And it really
that
does,
party last night was awesome.
Yeah.
Great time, great time.
Yes.
The fans came out because I know just because of being involved in with the Sony group that they put that thing together on like Thursday last week. So they didn't have a lot of time.
They threw us in a closet because we weren't supposed to anybody to see us. They chucked us in a closet.
Surprise,
That's right, yeah. Yeah, they brought them out of deep freeze. Here they are again.
It was safe.
Yes.
I want to touch on Malcolm.
Yes.
And it must be tough continuing without him.
Yeah, it is, because, Malcolm being the founder, and this was all his baby. But Malcolm has,
Malcolm's Malcolm, and he talks with straight tongue, he doesn't mess around. And when we were hanging, waiting for Malcolm to, we were just thinking he'd get better. Maybe he was uphill. It's just that horrible thing with this condition that everybody else goes through when a loved one gets it. You think, they'll come back because they just look so normal and everything's, and it's just, and when we realised there was nothing gonna happen, and he did say, just keep making music.
Yes.
Just keep making the music.
Yeah, he kept going as long as he could doing this.
Yeah.
So
Stevie, obvious replacements.
Yeah, because Stevie had filled in 1988, months from Mal. He'd done half a tour filling in for Mal, and he did a great job, and he's the closest to Mal in that style of playing. I mean, he knows Mal's style backwards and how Mal plays, because that was his role model,
Is there any hazing rituals when you bring him back? Like, is he got to get the first round in every city, or?
No, he's from Scotland. You should know that. Yeah. You got to catch him first.
AC/DC has a very successful formula. You guys have stuck to your guns over the years.
A formula? I wish I knew what it was.
Sold millions of records. I'm curious, though, was there ever anybody in the camp that tried to get you guys to do something different? Like, I don't know, guys, you should add a banjo to this, or
you mean like
make a poppier song, or was there
a concept album?
Yes, something like that.
Like Tommy. I mean, like what they did, Tommy.
Is there ever a moment where there was
we do Tommy only the good bits.
Well,
you know what I mean?
In the 80s, in the 80s, the record company at the time turned around to.
They're about a look, isn't
it? And there's no singles on this album, and look at you should be wearing leather coats and and with the leather pants, because with the big wind, them bands that were looking for wind machines on the stage. Were all on, and that was about the only time, but we just ignored them as well.
That's it.
Can you guys think of any songs by any other artists or bands that you heard, even if it was when you were really, really young, that you went, you know what, damn it, I wish I would have wrote that song?
Oh, there's a heap. Yeah, You Really Got Me by the Kinks.
Tutti Frutti. That would have been a canny one to write.
That's right.
Rock or Bust, new album. that's my guess for the next single as well.
Yeah, that's right. They got Rocker Busters, the next one coming
We
out.
saw the video last night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But did you like the video? It was a good
Yeah,
video.
it was
We haven't
great.
seen it.
We haven't seen it yet. We were hoping to see it last night.
You were hiding in a closet.
Yeah. Well, they brought it, as I said, they brought us out of deep freeze, and then they said, right, back in the icebox. You know. So,
I want to talk about play ball. Is that
Yes.
about sports or sex?
really, it was about a pinball,
You're the
actually.
first one to ask.
Yeah.
Kinky little bag of you.
But yeah, basically it was a little. I guess the title would, always like the title.
Yeah.
Let's play ball. It just seems, to my ears, it was always baseball's rally call, like let's rock and roll.
Well, what happened is the engineer, how it came about, I got the song, the riff and the music thing and all of that, and probably had some different lyric to it or whatever, but Mike Fraser bought in a pinball machine, which was
Yes.
an AC/DC one,
Yes.
and he wanted to sign it.
This is an ad, by the way. No, it's not.
And he brought it in, so we were obviously started, everybody started to get on it and everything, and then Ang was just asking, what is that? We were just playing ball, and basically pinball, but he got that from there. And that was a perfect example of how inspiration can happen whilst you're doing something actually that you thought you'd already done, and then suddenly it changes.
And it was a good.
15
I mean,
minutes.
I got to say this: it is a good pinball machine to play.
Okay. Who was the best at it?
Who's the best?
Yeah, in the band.
Well, actually, the engineer, it was his machine. He had all the top scores, and we were all trying to crack that. So.
I was half a second behind the bar, me.
That's right.
Good.
The new album.
Yes.
There's, from what I heard last night, there's obvious single choices.
Yes.
Is there anything off the new album
Yes.
that you guys hope would be a single that you guys would release and get played on radio around the world?
Well, we got there's 11 songs there. I mean, we believe in the 11 songs. Yes.
Yeah. There's no babies there that you guys were when you.
It's a lot of
together
great
and-
songs. Got some rock and roll thunders. A great track. Good foot stomping.
Rock the blues away.
Baptism by Fire. Yeah, it's good up tempo. Good hard rock. Yes.
Hard times.
Yeah. Yes.
I like that.
Misadventure.
Hang on, we're going through it.
We're going through them all.
This is getting through it.
Yes, sir.
You worked with Brendan O'Brien on this one.
That's right.
You were so-
Brendan O'Brien and Canadian Mike Fraser doing all the engineering stuff.
Lots of Canadian ties with the band. Yeah.
You bet.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys are obviously thinking about touring.
Yes.
You got plans to tour.
Yeah, that'll be coming in the next year.
So we got some announcements pending here from.
Yeah, as soon as we, they're putting together dates and where we're going to be, etc. Yeah. I mean, it's a big thing they've got to put together.
Yeah,
So.
no kidding. Yeah. Well, especially when you guys. I mean,
Yeah, we got to go. Lots of countries and.
Worldwide band too.
Yeah, that's
So
right,
the approach
yes.
has to be very calculated.
Yes.
Not to be rude, but you're not spring chickens anymore. Before you guys go on tour, is there any ritual like that you get into, like I don't know, physically to train yourself? You guys got very
What
energetic
do we
shows.
shoot ourselves up with Botox or something?
Embalming fluid.
Fluid,
that
that's
was a
right.
goodie.
Yeah, drink a little bit of that, man. Save on the funeral bill. Yeah.
No, but you've got to keep fit. It's
Yeah.
as simple as that. You can't just
Yes.
start doing it one day. And I work.
Yeah, Brian's always
I
in the
work
gym
out heavy.
every day. Yeah.
I'm old. I'm really old.
No.
I got a bus pass.
What country outside of Australia
Yes.
would be your favorite to tour?
Favorite? Ah, jeez.
You know,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of great places.
it's
yeah.
unfair.
It'd be unfair.
Everybody's great, you know. Like
Yeah.
when we're going to Canada, like when we're going to that big Pacific place
Yes.
in Vancouver.
Vancouver, yeah.
Yes.
That big place. We got great memories of there.
Yeah, yes.
You know,
Yeah. I mean, we've done a lot in
and
Canada.
Spain and at
Yes.
the Hampden Park in Scotland. It's so electric you could cut the atmosphere with a bloody knife. You know.
Yes. Yeah.
At Dublin, London,
Yes.
you know, Spain, France,
You guys have seen
get
the world.
guns on, and,
Yeah, yeah,
and they're
yeah,
all
well, yeah.
special, you know.
Paris,
all
you
special.
know, yeah. Berlin.
You guys talk about your fans a lot, and they're
Yes.
clearly important. And one thing I love about that last night, just
Yes.
gathering, is that I mean,
Yes.
you got guys, you got hardcore fans,
Yes.
and they're all ages. I mean,
Yes.
I mean, you're.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
Talk about the fans and how important that is to you guys, AC/DC.
Yeah, well, they're the ones that give you the drive, man. Yeah. I mean, you playing live, and they're the big driver. Yeah, always have been. You know.
You know, this thing.
And we play for them. You know.
Angus sometimes says when we get on stage, you know, we get cheated up a little bit, you know, when we get on stage, but when we get out there, we got to catch up with them. You know what I mean? The roar that meets you, and you go, whoa.
Yeah,
we
sometimes,
better hang on
you
to
know.
this. We better hang on to these here. They're going to leave
I
us
mean,
behind.
we can walk out that building and we can hear them starting, you know, and they're going, you know, they're partying and going for it. And when we get to the stage, you get that thing, you know, even if we were not there, it just seems they're going to have a party anyhow, you know. They're just going for it.
We're just providing the
Yeah.
music.
And then you go, you know, I mean, sometimes you go out there, we start playing, and you know, they're drowning us out, which is pretty tough, you know, with all that sound system we got up there. Yeah.
Knowing what you know about this crazy business now,
Yes.
it's the 40th anniversary, right, of the band. Right?
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah.
Now, if
But
you
we're
were
not
start-
counting, no.
If you were starting out today,
Yes.
would you change your approach at all, or do you think it would be business as usual? I mean, business has changed.
You do as you know, what you do best. You know? Yeah. And that's what in the beginning, you know, as a band, we started as playing rock music. We were a guitar band, you know, and you know, that's how we were. We always approached it as that, you know. It was a simple format, you know, just the drums, the two guitars and bass, you know, and the vocal, and it was this compact, you know, not overproduced, you know. Anything we ever did, we wanted to be able to play live, you know. So it was always, that was a big key factor for us, you know. We didn't want to, even we made an album, we didn't want to go into overkill land. We always wanted that, to get the best out of the, you know, the songs and out of the, you know, and utilize what we had, you know, not adding in any, you know, outside color or, you know, extra instruments, you know. So.
Interesting thing about AC/DC for me is that, and some bands do this, they kind of ignore their past or they try to, you know, bury it. But you guys have never done that. You guys have celebrated your past. Do you
Yeah,
think
because we got a lot of great songs from every album. We got a lot of great songs.
Do you think that's a big part of the reason why you guys have had so much success and you've got such rabid fans, that you guys have, you know, you continue to make new music, but you guys, you know, when you're on stage and you're putting
Yes.
together, you were talking about, you know, putting together this set list.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, we got to put that one in there, and you know, we got one.
Yeah,
for
well, we've always committed to doing all the, you know, a lot of the, you know, the classic songs are what we're known for. You know?
Yeah, you know, we want the people to come in and they want to hear them songs.
They want to hear them. You know?
You know, you kind of say, we're going to play
If-
a
yeah,
whole new
I mean,
album. You know, they want to hear
I mean, they want to hear him sing "You Shook Me All Night Long." They want to hear him come out and do "Hell's Bells." They want to hear him do "Thunderstruck." You know, it's
They want to hear them songs.
yeah.
Yeah, you got to play them.
Yeah, you got to play them. Whole lot of Rosie. You know, they want to hear these. You know, these
Which is a
tracks.
great problem to
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
Soon your sets are going to be 4 hours long.
Probably parts 1 and part 2, Monday, Tuesday, buy your tickets now.
And what they miss out, then get them on the Wednesday.
Food.
Yes.
I want to do a quick little sort of rapid fire question thing with you guys.
Right.
So what member of AC/DC, past or present, is the best drinker?
The best drinker. Oh, that'd be a toughie. Best drinker.
Oh, that'd be Bond, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Bond was a bit.
Best musician?
I'd say Malcolm.
Okay.
Yes.
Best ladies man?
Best late. Oh.
Cliff.
Yeah, probably.
Say that.
Yeah,
In trouble, but he's good.
Well, you don't have to follow
Phil.
through, but
Just say Phil.
Not there.
best athlete.
The best athlete.
Me.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Could have been on the Olympic team. That would have been good enough.
Best footy player.
Footy player. That's a tough one. I would say. Yeah. You like kicking the ball.
Malcolm was good.
Yeah.
Malcolm was a good little player.
That's a double up. That's Mal and Brian.
Okay. Who's the meanest?
The meanest, that'd be me, probably. Yeah. What do you mean is in what, like in...
Any.
Yeah. Nasty.
Nasty.
Don't touch him in the mornings.
No.
No.
I'm pretty hard to get up in the morning. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Best driver.
The best driver, that'd be Brian.
I knew that was you were gonna own that one.
I don't like to brag.
Best politician. Who would have made the best politician?
Best ball.
Definitely not me.
None of us.
None will
There'd be a
scratch
zero for that one.
that. And who's the best on Twitter? Are any of you guys on Twitter?
Nah, not on it. I don't want to know it. Fucking bothered. French.
I want to ask.
There were
one
no
last question.
twatters, no twats
is on
here.
it, get a life. I don't care what you how big your shit was. Fuck off.
Oh, that's fantastic. The name of the album, Rock or Bust, and I may be
Yes.
reaching here,
Yes.
might suggest you guys are planning on going out with a bang, and this is it, everybody.
No.
That's not the case?
No, we get. I mean, we do. This is, the title was always, pretty much sums up AC/DC. I mean, whatever we did, it was a case of, you went for broke. And that's how we've always been. I mean, it's been the way of the bands for a long time. I mean, whenever people would say you should be doing this, we did that. When you should be doing this, we did it our way. We stuck to our guns and what. People say you can't call a record that, and we called a record that. That's always how we've been. So rock or bust sums us up. Go for broke.
Angus, Brian, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you,
Thanks very
Lachlan.
much.
Thank you.
That was
Sorry
a lot
about
of
that
fun.
outburst.
Yes.